It's been a minute since I've watched the Game Awards, so let's go ahead and actually take a deeper dive into what the trailer is, and we will go ahead and slow down at places that need attention. I'm excited for it. Hey, Grace. But that's just the craziest thing, though, because we don't know who the antagonist right here is, but we know he's associated with a project from prior to. Because if I remember honestly, this is a situation where he knows Grace Ashford when she was a teenager, and he had an involvement in her mom's passing, but.
It hasn't been easy. But after much effort, here we finally are.
Who are you?
I know now that you're the one that I've been searching for. The special one. The chosen one. Miss Ashcroft.
But what do you mean by chosen one? That's one of the biggest things we don't have an answer to quite yet. And we won't know until February.
Talk to me. Is this one like the others? And it's not post-mortem lividity.
Okay.
Hey, I just got a report of a missing police officer. It might be unrelated, but he disappeared near where the fifth body was found.
Wait, is that teeth? Sure.
Through you, Elpis can finally be...
Wait, hold on.
You. Elpis can finally be...
To the White House Chief of Staff, Level 9 Top Secret. For the sake of Elpis, Raccoon City... Because, if I remember correctly, Raccoon City was a testing site for the Hive and stuff like that, for... umbrellas, underground facility, Raccoon City. What was it called again? It was called they called it. There was a name for the raccoon for the underground city. They called it the Hive or something. What was it? God, thank you, fandom.com. Nest. It was for Nest. Nest had a huge thing, an umbrella, in a Raccoon City, but what were they researching other things beside the T virus for T or G virus for Williams? I wonder.
Set free.
The team has settled on a person of interest. Someone with ties to Umbrella. Victor Gideon.
Victor Gideon. Victor Gideon's on the way to get Grace.
Grace!
And she's an extremely...
Victor purchased a building after Umbrella went under. I'll send you the address.
So what we know so far is that we know the guy's name now, Victor something, and he's looking for Grace. Let's see.
Welcome. Dr. Gideon has been expecting you.
Victor Gideon, Mr. Gideon. Oh, those Skechers, those New Balances.
You there, Leon?
It's nice that Leon's back.
Yeah.
I like that they're framing Leon Kennedy as this action macho action hero. After going through the ringer on Resident Evil 2 and 4, 2 and 4 and 6, odd number games, funny enough, even number games, and my worst fear about this is the fact that when they bring in Leon Kennedy for this, I'm afraid of him diluting the horror that comes from this experience, because we have Grace Ashford, who is suffering from like PTSD of the events of the loss of her mother, of going through the motions with it, and still choosing to be in the FBI. And then the FBI is somehow putting her on this case related to Raccoon City, and we're revisiting Raccoon City like years after the nuking of the city, of like the explosion. I don't know if it's an actual nuke, but after the carpet bombing of the city. It's an interesting place to put the game in. And now we have Leon Kennedy, who we're going to learn about what he's been doing since Resident Evil 6, since fighting Neo Umbrella in China. What was he doing while Chris Redfield was like in Louisiana and in Germany for like when he like during Resident Evil 7 and 8 for Village and for Biohazard, because I hope they gave us an indication of what's been happening, because either this game is happening chronologically after the events of Village, or this is happening simultaneously during the events of Biohazard or of Village. I mean, that'd be pretty cool, to where we get a timestamp of what he's been doing. Either this is what he's doing when Chris is busy, or this is happening after Chris got busy.
Hey, over here.
Nice.
FBI, what are you doing here? Would you like to see what's hidden under the hood?
What did Chris Ashford do?
Me? Never.
Nope, never. You get a sneak peek in the action.
I think I want a second opinion.
It's like he's giving out jokes. He's about to fight a zombie doctor, and he wants a second opinion from a different doctor. Oh, jeez. Leon Kennedy with the chainsaw. Jeez, man. Let's go back over here, I guess. I want to start seeing things like in slower motion. This looks like New York based on the bridge at least. So this is either this takes place at the same time that Ashley is like Ashley or Grace. The same time that Grace is in the area. But the fact that Grace gets saved when Leon gets there. So there is a turning point to where if Leon Kennedy wasn't there, Grace would have died from being put into that hotel. But we don't know what's going on, like what's the purpose of, like what makes Grace so... I mean, I'm sure maybe her laptop has a whole thing. Big ol' Glock from our boy Leon Kennedy. And an axe. So he's an axe man. And but yeah, this is us finally returning to Raccoon City, because if I remember correctly, they might have shot the missile like some distance away from the police station, because what I'm wondering is that whether or not they shot directly at the lab itself. And like that's the thing, if they were planning on like cleaning up their evidence, were they planning on shooting at the least populated spot of Raccoon City, or were they aiming directly at the lab? I don't know how they were planning on cleaning it up. But it's crazy that like we get to return here after like 10-20 years, ever since Resident Evil 2. Not including Resident Evil 2 remake though. I'm not including the remake because that's just us revisiting the game with like a new shine and paint and coating. But I like the fact that towards the end we do get an idea of what the combat can look like. I just don't want this combat to dilute the horror that comes from playing Grace in the beginning of the game. Much like how in Biohazard, Resident Evil 7 became extremely scary until what is it? Ethan like got a roundhouse kick. Until Ethan got a gun, everything was pretty scary. The ammunition was relatively short. You didn't know when you'd get more ammunition. But here, we see a situation where he's coming in like the Terminator, fighting against all of these incredibly scary people. Let me see anything else I can re-examine. Who's Alpes? But yeah, like it's the craziest thing to where like Resident Evil got leaked beforehand and we couldn't really confirm anything until the trailer dropped in itself. But we see a leather-clad Leon Kennedy in the... But I just wish this itself was a secret, because I don't think Chris Redfield was known to be part of the game either. Back in his Resident Evil 7 debut. Did people know about Chris Redfield before the release of Resident Evil 7? About Chris Redfield being in the game. Oh, Chris Redfield was shown in the final trailer? Okay, allegedly Chris Redfield was known before the release. He was shown in the final trailer. Confirmed a legacy character. I mean, there were forums in 2019 asking if it was Chris Redfield, I guess. In 2017, they were asking about whether it was... asking about the dude at the end. Okay. So I guess people did know about it, and I'm just the last one to be aware of it. But hey, yeah, no, that's about Resident Evil Requiem. Hey, we're excited for it in September. We know it's September on the 29th, which is funny because 29th is a leap year. Joanna, is the 29th of February a leap year date?
Yes.
Okay, good to know. Sorry, I just I goofed. But yeah, that's the reaction to Resident Evil Requiem. I'm super excited that Leon's back. I have concerns of Leon Kennedy diluting the horror of the game. But I do hope that people still have fun, because I think what I'm concerned about is the tonal shift. Because when we got the Resident Evil 4 remake, it brought back the love and attention that the original game provided, and it was like campy, jokes were being made. it was showing a slightly altered retelling of Resident Evil 4 with new context. I know that much, and I plan on playing it before February. I don't know if I'll be able to beat it, but I own the game, so we'll see what happens. I'm excited. I can't wait to play the game with you guys, and we'll see you next time.